Welcome children, continuity of the lesson. Evans tries an O level by Colin Dexter. Children, in my last class I told you that Mr. Stephens had received an instruction from Mr. Jackson to keep his eyes skinned. It is an idiom. It means to look out for something that one might see. One may see. It was obvious that Mr. Jackson did not want Mr. Stephens to ignore anything objectionable. Stephens nodded again. Stephens moved his head up and down quickly again to show that he had understood his instruction clearly and he wanted to act on his advice. And McLeary, his feet clanging up the iron stairs. Clang in English means a metallic sound. When McLeary was going up the iron stairs, his feet were producing clanging sound, metallic sound. Followed his new guide. McLeary then, which later was going behind his new guide. Both of them were going towards the cell that had been given to Evans. Where Stephens opened the peephole, there was a small hole on the door of that cell. Mr. Stephens opened that peephole to look inside the cell and look through. Here the phrasal verb look through has been used by the author. That's him, sir. After looking inside the cell through the peephole, Mr. Stephens told Mr. McLeary that Evans was there. He said it with respect. Evans facing the door. Evans, the prisoner's face was towards the door. Sat quietly at the farther of the two tables. There were two tables inside the cell. How many tables? Two tables. There was some distance between those two tables. And Evans, the prisoner, was sitting at the farther of the two tables. His whole attention riveted to a textbook of elementary German grammar. Evans seemed to be paying complete attention to the textbook of elementary basic German grammar which he was studying, or he was pretending to study, before the commencement of his examination. Stephens took the key from its ring. Stephens selected the required key from the ring to open the cell lock, and the cell lock sprang back with a threaded metallic twang. And when he opened the cell lock, it jumped back with a loud metallic sound. Thudded, loud metallic sound. It was 9:10 a.m. The time was 9:10 a.m. Morning, 10 past 9. When the governor switched on the receiver. I have already told you children that governor had secretly got a microphone installed inside Evans the prisoner's cell. Now he switched on the receiver. Where was the receiver? In his office. He had instructed Jackson to tell Evans of the temporary little precaution. He had given an instruction to Jackson to tell Evans about that temporary, for the time being, a small precaution, an action to avoid something dangerous in future. That was only fair. Evans was a cunning criminal. He had escaped from some jails 3 times. So it was necessary for the governor to take this type of precaution. as if Evans wouldn't spot it. Perhaps the governor had thought that Evans would not be able to see that hidden microphone. But he was wrong. Evans had already seen that hidden microphone. But wasn't it all a bit theatrical? Everything was looking like a drama. School boys almost like the activities of school boys. How on earth was Evans going to try anything on today? Evans was inside his locked cell. Was it possible for him to do anything wrong to escape from that jail? Not at all. If he was so anxious to make another break, why in heaven's name hadn't he tried it from the recreational block? Once Evans the prisoner was in the recreational block of that jail. It is an area inside that jail, inside the campus of that jail. Once he was there, but he had not tried to escape from there. Much easier. His task of escaping from that place was much easier then, but he had not tried to escape from that place. And there he was now. And where was he now? Inside his cell, sitting in a locked cell. His cell was locked from outside. He was sitting inside the cell. All the prison officers on the alert. Each and every prison officer was alert. Nobody wanted to bless him with any opportunity to escape from that jail. Two more locked doors between his cell and the yard. Besides, there were two more locked doors where between his cell and the yard, between the courtyard of that jail and the cell that had been given to Evans the prisoner. There were two more locked doors. Do you think it was possible for Evans to open those two locked doors to escape? Not at all. And a yard with a wall as high as a haystack. Haystack, a pile of dry grass. Here it is a simile, as high as a haystack. The figure of speech used here is a simile. The author wants to say that the wall surrounding the jail campus was a very high wall, and it was not possible for Evans to jump across that wall. Yes, Evans was as safe as houses. Now, Evans was safe there. All necessary security arrangements had been tightened around him and other prisoners also, you can say, but especially around him, to avoid any future complication. You know, he had escaped from some jails how many times? 3 times. Thank you, children.